Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about a project that I like all the projects I invest in. Some of them I love more than others. Today's one of those. This is GALA Games that we're going to talk about today. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping things. This video that I made for the Strong Block gear that goes to support the USO, I'm going to be shutting down that store probably Monday or Tuesday. I'll tweet about it when I do. So if you wanted one of those shirts or mouse pads or cups or whatever, you're going to want to place your order before that point, and I will let you know when that is. In usual fashion, Pareto principle, 80-20 rule. I want to talk about this just because it's had an impact on my life. 20% of your effort yields 80% of your results. Essentially, there's a lot of things you could do, but there's a very small amount of things that actually give you the most results. And that's the whole point of the Pareto principle, is that you could actually reverse this. You could flip it around. You could say 80% of your efforts only yield 20% of your results. Now you realize, well, wait a minute. Why am I wasting my time on the 80% when I could be more efficient with my time and do just those 20% of the tasks that are going to get me 80% of the results I'm looking for? I started thinking about the Pareto principle and how success looks and how it relates to crypto. And it kind of struck me the other day. I don't know who I was tweeting with, but only 20% of you are actually going to get 80% of the wealth in this market. I started thinking about that. It's like, yeah, you know what? And I've applied this rule to my life, and it's sort of like on autopilot. And I would challenge you to just start looking at opportunities and the actions that you could take through this lens, this filter. I don't even think about it. It's just sort of on autopilot. You will be astounded at how this rule applies to almost every area of life. It's sort of like you go out and you buy a car. Let's just call it a red Honda Pilot, just for example, okay? You go out, you get the red Honda Pilot. What do you see all of a sudden? Red Honda Pilots are everywhere. It's not that the entire world went out and bought red Honda Pilots when you did. It's that your brain is now focused on red Honda Pilots because that's what you drive. And when you apply this rule, you will see it everywhere. And once it's on autopilot, you can't help but see it. And you can't help but make your decisions through this filter. It's sort of like when your radio is tuned into a frequency. You hear that frequency no matter where you go, as long as your radio is tuned into that frequency. So it's just something to consider. And of course, a good old graph on what success looks like. I'd mentioned this in the last video. There's a fine line here that this is what most people think success looks like. This is what it really looks like. I always say visualize the left, but expect the right. However, I will add to that. I could do a better job at this myself, but I try not to give any energy, I should say, to any outcome that I don't want. Okay, I try to only put my energy into outcomes that I want, not outcomes that I don't want. That doesn't mean the outcomes won't come, but I try not to focus my energy and my attention there. So it's like, be aware that this is likely how it's going to turn out. Just don't give any energy to the negative parts, to when this line goes down and it goes down again and down again. Put the energy on the left. Just know that realistically the right is what success looks like. And I started thinking about something that kind of dawned on me. You could look at a crypto chart, okay, a price chart over any period of time. I mean, it depends on the crypto, of course, and kind of see this rule. So I went to go look at what Bitcoin, the overall chart of Bitcoin ever since it was launched. What do? You're flat for a long time. You go up, you come down, you go up and down and up and down, you go flat, you go up and down, up and down, and up and down. Sort of like success, but you notice from the beginning point all the way here, it is an upward curve. Doesn't matter that there's ups and downs, just know that the ups and downs will come. The whole point is that the curve is upwards. You can apply this to anything in life, frankly. Really quick, I want to go over this. Nodecatcher is having a Discord group. I will be in there. I won't be in there for a couple of weeks. I just have some things I need to resolve in my personal life first. But look at this lineup of people we've got in there. I mean, this is legit. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm talking about everybody else. I mean, this is, a lot of people. Not a lot of people. Some people, I'll say, didn't like that this is going to cost money. I don't even know what is it. I don't even know what the price is. Let's just see really quick what the price is. It's about 99 cents a day is what it comes out to. Okay. A lot of people didn't like that. What I will tell you is if you saw my DMs, I'm not going to show you my DMs, but if you saw my DMs, you saw the amount of messages, it's a little overwhelming sometimes, and I can't get back to everybody. If I do, I certainly appear sometimes short with them, and it's not that I'm being a jerk, it's just there's so many messages I can't give everybody a high quality response, and I don't even get to everybody for days, and sometimes by the time I get back to them, their issue they need my help with is already resolved. You're going to get more direct help in this Discord group than you would just DMing people on Twitter. Okay, that doesn't mean that I'm stopping doing anything that I've been doing. The channel, and I made that clear here, the Twitter account, none of that's stopping. It's just, this is just an extra avenue to help people a little more directly, and I'll be in there helping people a little bit faster as well. Okay, nobody's telling you to buy it. You don't want to buy it, don't buy it. It's really simple. I will tell you, 99 cents a day. I had said something here that I probably sounded like a jerk when I said, I don't even know if I can find it. I sounded like sort of a jerk when I said it, but the point that I was trying to make, yeah, if you're not willing to invest 1 figure a day in yourself now, don't expect to make 5 figures a day tomorrow. And just basically the point I'm trying to make is, this doesn't make me better than anybody, but I have invested, I don't know, multiple 5 figures in self-improvement, education, business, all sorts of stuff. Okay, and I am a product, an end result of that after many, many years. So what I'm saying is that information for free is fine. I don't have a product to sell you. I don't make money if you join this or you don't join this. It doesn't matter to me. So because I don't have a product, I feel like I can come from an independent position here. I'm just in there helping people in the next couple of weeks. Just consider that information is worth something. It's not just because somebody's charging for it doesn't make it less than. Okay, there's just something to keep in mind. You want direct contact with these people. This is the place you want to be. And I am going to be offering 2 free lifetime subscriptions to this Discord. And since we're doing GALA nodes today, if you use my referral link to sign up for a GALA account, and you end up buying a node through that referral link, you'll be entered into that. I don't know when I'll pick somebody. What day is today? Today's the 30th of September. We'll just say if you do it by the end of October, how about that? I'll pick 2 people. All you have to do is DM me on Twitter and tell me what your GALA username is, because I can see you linked to my account. Okay, and that will be the very first link in the description of this video. So the description of this video, the very first link will have this. You just click this, sign up for your GALA account, and then when you buy your node, let me know what your username is on GALA, okay? You can also use the referral link instead of clicking the link, the referral code instead of clicking the link. And this will be the, the very first link in the description below. And some people are having an issue with the descriptions in the videos. This is my most recent video. So you come to the description here, you see how it says show more, because there's only one link here, it looks like. No, there's a whole bunch. Click show more right here, and the whole thing expands. Okay, I don't think some people knew that, so I just wanted to point that out. Okay, so, again, join it, don't join it, your call. I don't have a product to sell you, so I'm trying to come from a non-biased point of view. Doesn't mean that just because somebody has a product to sell you, that's wrong, by the way. I'm a die-hard capitalist. I'm just pointing that out. But anyway, first link in the description below. Use that. Sign up. DM me on Twitter what your GALA username is. And in the next month, I will pick 2 people. You got a lifetime membership for free to Nodecatcher's Discord group. Okay, that will be a lot of fun. All right, so let's get into our deep dive on GALA Games, and we will set up our node. And by the way, if you stay to the end of the node setup process, in like usual fashion, I have some tech tips for you. Something that I haven't seen anybody in any of these GALA Node videos mention, but it's something that you're really going to need. And instead of just saying, hey, here's a node, click a few buttons, type a few commands, whatever, you're set to go, I like to add a little bit more. I always ask myself, how can I give a little bit more value? So that's what I'm doing. I would recommend you stay to the end of that because I think it's going to be something you're really going to want to have. So there's not much to see here on the tokenomics of GALA. The supply, all this kind of stuff. I mean, we did, you could see here, I mean, we went basically straight vertical starting on, was it the 12th or 13th? I mean, we just went crazy. And big reason for that is it did get listed on Binance, so there's, I mean, look at the volume difference. I mean, the volume just took over because it's listed on Binance. That's not the only reason. That was just more volume. It was inevitable that it would get listed on Binance. It's going to get listed on more exchanges, by the way, too. I'm looking forward to it being listed on Bitrue. Actually, I'm sorry, not Bitrue. I can't remember the name of it. I'm drawing a blank at the moment. There's a certain exchange that I was looking forward to getting it listed on, and I can't seem to recall it at the moment. But nonetheless, this is going to get listed on more exchanges for sure, and it's going to have so many use cases that I'm going to show you. First, let's look at the team. I want to check out the team really quick. There's some people that don't look like they're being listed on here that you will see on their, here he is, Jason Brink, my bad. They're not listed in order, but there's a lot of people, a lot of these guys are on Twitter, and a lot of, maybe you guys do or don't know Jesse Hines. He's their general counsel. Just recently, actually, he became their general counsel. The guy knows, he may be the general counsel, he knows blockchain if you follow him on Twitter, and I do. Jason Brink is a really cool guy, and what I want to focus on is Eric Schiermeier. You're going to be impressed with this guy. So this is Eric Schiermeier. He is the CEO at GALA Games. If you don't know who this guy is, I'd recommend coming in here and checking this out because he co-founded Zynga. And if you don't know who Zynga is, they were probably the first successful company that figured out the whole mobile gaming, mobile app thing. Okay, where you had a lot of people who were essentially charging for apps and charging for games. They realized that, well, apps and games, mobile apps and games, I should say, sort of fall into the realm of, I would say, sort of a commodity that they're more emotional in nature. For example, you go to the supermarket. Most people don't go to the supermarket to buy a Butterfinger, a Coke, and a magazine. Okay, but you'll notice all those items are at the very end of the checkout area where you're having to wait in line. Unless you're doing the self-checkout, but you're having to wait in line and you're looking at the candy and you're looking at the drinks and you're looking at the gum and the lip balm and the nail cutters and the magazines and the whatever. And people are like, oh, what the heck, I'll get a Hershey bar and a Coke. But nobody comes in to buy those items specifically. I'd say most people don't. I'd say the same thing goes with apps and games. So what they did is they said instead of charging for the app, charging for the game, we'll give you the game for free. And then we're going to psychologically in the game get you connected to the process of the game, okay? And then charge you to progress in the game by buying items. But you can play the game for free. So there's a reciprocating factor that, oh, I got this game for free. I like it. I want to progress. Oh, what the heck? Because most people are impatient and they know this. They're capitalizing on it. Very smart. Very smart. The problem with that whole process is that if you stop playing that game, what happens to those items that you bought? They're pretty much useless. You've lost your money, right? And most people, I would be willing to bet most people don't play these games that long. Okay, but I will tell you, I don't know the exact statistic. I heard some sort of statistic about people who buy in-game items. It was something in the realm of like hundreds or thousands of dollars a month, something crazy like that. And it was actually more from older adults, believe it or not. Okay, they deal with depression and all sorts of issues, and they drown that in gaming. So Zynga did this the right way. And as a matter of fact, Eric here also was responsible for Farmville. If you don't know what Farmville is, I'm sure most of us have probably played Farmville at some point. If you're a gamer, you play games. Farmville was a highly successful game. One thing I wanted to show you here, look at this. Helping the company hit milestones like $1, $3, and $5 million in revenue in a single day. Okay, you think this guy knows what he's doing? Especially in the gaming world? Yeah, I think he knows what he's doing. Okay. GALA Games. One of the hacks in life, I'm going to say real quick, is shadowing people who are successful in something that you want to be successful in. Okay, so I'll say that again. If you just walk in the footsteps of people who have done something that you want to do, then you will possibly, not always, get the success that they've had. You have a great, significantly higher chance of it. That's a life hack. That goes for anything in life. So when you see a guy like this who has started Zynga Games, who is doing GALA Games, okay, so following in those footsteps, I'm going to show you something else that is following in those footsteps as well. But more on that in just a minute. I want you to keep that concept in mind, though, okay? Because it's going to tie into something else, but I kind of need to go in order here. This is so making blockchain games you'll actually want to play. So again, guy from Zynga Games knows what he's doing, right? Principles, fun first. So their games are on the blockchain. When you get the in-game items, and there's a lot of in-game items, you own that in-game item. It is on the blockchain. It's in your wallet. It's technically an NFT. You can go and sell it on OpenSea. You can get most of your money back. So you as a matter of fact, you can purchase the in-game items as an investment if you'd like. Because number one, they're on the blockchain, obviously, but number two, they are limited in nature. These items they only have so many that you can get. Whereas you take a regular mobile app, okay, there's an infinite number of those in-game items. You don't own it, you can't do anything with it, and everybody can get one. So this is the opposite of that. One of the things I really want to look into is digital real estate on the blockchain, like real estate in games, because there is a big market for that, and I'm going to be doing some research and hopefully bring something to you guys at some point. GALA Games is one of those you could do that with. It's one of those projects like Decentraland, like Axios, that you can invest in either the game as far as the items, the land. There's a finite number of land, buildings, skins. Some of these you can even run businesses in. It sounds pretty wild. Okay. So you own those items. That's the key point. So you stop playing these games, well, guess what? You still have the item. You just go sell it. You make most of your money back, right? And they're limited, so you can even, and many times you hold them long enough, you make a profit. That's what this is talking about here. Okay. So there is obviously nodes. That's what we're going to talk about here. More than 8,000. Well, this is way outdated. Way outdated. I think they're closer to 25 to 30,000. I could be wrong on that number. It's in the 20,000 range, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Talks about the decentralized nature of GALA Games. There are other protocols that have decided to run GALA nodes. I know Pact Protocol is one of those has decided to run a GALA node as well. So other protocols have participated. Okay. The quote from the CEO there. So there's a lot of different games that they have. Okay, a lot of different games. I thought I had a window up I was going to show you. Apparently not. We'll just click games. So these are all the different games that are available at the moment. 5. I will tell you they're working on over 20. Okay, they have a great YouTube channel. They have a great social media presence. Sort of like Presearch, they really do a great job at keeping their community updated and engaged, especially through YouTube. I would really recommend subscribing to their channel and just check out what they're doing. I mean, they have betas of games they're working on. It's around over 20 games. And here's the thing. Every one of these games could and might and probably will have a whole separate currency, which would be a cryptocurrency, which you would earn from running a node. I want you to keep that in mind. The ROI you see today is not the ROI you're going to get tomorrow. This is I'd say more of a medium term hold, because you earn GALA now. They literally just announced a new coin called Town Coin. It's going to be integrated with Townstar. There's no specifics on it yet, but you will be able to earn that by running the node. So think about this: 20 games. You have in-game items that you randomly get airdropped for running the node. It's random. Some in-game items you have, they just show up one day in your treasure chest. You earn GALA, and then you earn any additional crypto that these games use. Okay, think about that for a minute. 20 games, and they're not going to stop at 20. 80-20 rule. You know, out of those first 10 games, 20% of them, I should say, are going to be big hits. Okay, 20% of them are going to bring in 80% of the popularity, the crowd, the revenue, etc. You can't get away from that rule. Okay. So I guess 20 games, are going to have about 4 of them that are going to be really, really big hits. I'd love to play Fortified, personally. But I want to show you something. This blew my mind when I saw this. So Mirandus, we're going to look at Mirandus for a minute. It's a fantasy RPG game. By the way, if you play these games, they're not easy. They actually require quite a bit of strategy. I tried playing Townstar, and I was like, you have to really strategize in that game. You really do. But Mirandus is something that I have to show you in Mirandus. So when I discovered GALA Games, I want to say it was back in, must have been late March or early April, I got my first node. This game was still being developed. This has been developed for some time, but this is going to be big. It's going to be like a sort of what was called an MMORPG. It's like a multiplayer open world RPG sort of game. You can own land in this, you can open up businesses, you can create clans. There's like, I think, a government structure in it. It will probably have its own crypto you'll earn from your node at some point. But check this out. Check this out. I thought for sure this had to have been a mistake when I first saw this. These are the items you can buy for this game. Now, remember, this game is not out yet. It's in beta, but it's not out yet. Okay, I want you to keep that in mind. You cannot go play this game right now. I think if you're in a beta, you can, but publicly it's not available. Number one, look at all these items that are sold out. But not only that, not just that, I want you to look at the price of this. I saw this and I almost fell out of my chair. Citadel of the Sun, Citadel of the Moon, Citadel of the Stars. There's only one of these in the entire game. There will ever only be one of these. Look at the price of this. This is 1,068 Ethereum. At the time, back in April, this was something like 3 million, actually way more than $3 million for an item in a game that ain't even out yet. Okay, and 3 of them all sold. They've got 2 now that are up for 2,136 Ethereum. I'm willing to bet these will sell out at some point. Guaranteed they'll sell out at some point. So I started thinking about, remember I said shadow the smart money, follow what the smart money is doing. You might think this is stupid money, and it could be, but I doubt it. I don't think somebody that's got, I think at the time, this was like when Ethereum was between 3 and 4 grand, so this was between $3 and $4 million. Somebody that's got that kind of money is not going to blow it on some random in-game item unless they see some big opportunities. So you got the guys behind Zynga, you got smart money dumping millions into GALA games that haven't even been released yet. Follow the smart money. I'm not saying to come and buy these. I'm just pointing out participating in this ecosystem is going to be huge. You can see there's still some items left. There's only 15 of these. 11 of them have been sold. 20 of these, 11 have been sold. I mean, even 20 Ethereum's a lot of money. You know, what is that, like 50, 60 grand right now? That's a lot of money. So you can actually buy land, open up shops. You can have items. You can do all sorts of things in this game. There's a lot of opportunity. I mean, you could buy this stuff just as an investment. I believe you can rent out property and buildings in this game too. I'm not sure about that, but I believe you can. Okay, so these guys are doing some big things, big things. Okay, I want to show you how the node ecosystem works. Okay, you can find this, all the links, by the way, will be in the description below, as always. There's an ecosystem about how the whole infrastructure works. Okay, I'm not going to really go into this. You can read this if you want to. Okay, but what I really want to show you is down here. It's a larger version of this graph here. So the nodes that you buy today are called founders nodes. On the far left here, they are operating off of proof of work, hash power. You know, GALA is a ERC20 token that's going to change relatively soon. I'll get in that in a minute. But you'll see here, proof of work will enable miners to support the network through providing hash power. So you get 1 point roughly per day per node because you're giving your hash power over. There will only be 50,000 ever available. Okay, so the nodes you get right now are founder nodes. You will only be able to get 50,000 of them and never again. The only way, so once these are gone, there will never be any more. Somebody would have to sell these, and actually, once 50,000 have been sold, those who have founders nodes will be able to mint them into NFTs to sell them on the open market. Okay? Something to think about. Even if you don't care about this ecosystem, the price that those are going to go for in the future is unknown. This is not financial advice. This is an assumption here. Multiple six figures, in my opinion. Multiple six figures they'll go for per node. Per node. After those are gone, there's going to be a second tier of nodes that are going to work off of proof of stake. So the way this is going to work is you're going to have to, it sounds to me like you're going to have to stake your GALA token. You can actually buy in basic attention token, GALA, and Ethereum. At the time, whatever the currencies they accept, you'll be able to, I'm assuming you'll have to stake them into a smart contract. So I'm going to read this. These are nodes which will apply to specific games. So you'll have some paid nodes for Townstar, some for Mirandus, etc. And will operate on a smart contract-based rental structure. So you're not going to even be able to own these. You essentially rent them through a smart contract. It might even be sort of like strong block. I would actually say that's maybe a good analogy. Those who rent them will receive 100% of the GALA and NFTs destined for that node license. So you're still going to get the NFTs that are airdropped, the GALA that is airdropped. You'll still receive all that. There's a difference though. The fees for the rental, which will be collected via smart contract, so probably linked to your wallet, I'm guessing, okay, will be split between supporting the GALA Games node ecosystem management and being sent to the grandfather nodes. So when the 50,000 are gone, this next tier of nodes are available. Part of the fee they pay goes back to the founders nodes. I want you to think about that. So as this ecosystem grows, as they get these 20, 30, however many games they end up putting out, your 80-20 rule, you're going to have a percentage of them that are going to be massively popular. Eventually, these 50,000 will be gone. These will be gone before the end of this year, in my opinion. The pricing change that takes effect tomorrow might change that, and I'll get into that in a minute. But by the time the FOMO kicks in, people are going to be renting paid nodes. You're going to be getting a percentage from those nodes. I want you to think about that. That's massive. Long term. That's why I think these founders nodes are going to go multiple six figures, at least, when they get minted as NFTs. Free nodes can be set up anytime you want, and they use proof of storage. They're a little bit different. So if this is a blog that I'd recommend you just come and check out, blog.gala.games. Okay, they talk about Townstar, they talk about their new coin, Towncoin. Okay, they've got the, they're making NFTs around Sin City. They've got really big designers coming into their team. You can look about information about Towncoin. You will be able to earn this at some point. So again, all these games that have their own cryptos, you're going to be able to earn these. And you're going to get the second tier nodes that are going to pay you a fee. And you're still going to earn GALA. Okay, and you're going to get airdropped NFTs and airdropped in-game items. Okay, big potential. And you're going to be able to mint your node into an NFT and sell it if you'd like to do that. You should look up something called 888 The New World. It is an NFT platform based on the Flare network. And by the way, GALA will be migrating to the Flare network. Okay, you can go look. I don't have the exact article for that, but you can go look that up. They will be migrating to the Flare network. Unfortunately, when you claim all your GALA and your rewards and all that fun stuff, you have to use Ethereum gas in order to bring it into your inventory. You just have to. When it's on the Flare network, nope, that will not be the case anymore. I mean, you'll have to pay something, but it'll be like minor. And they're going to be participating in this NFT system that is running on the Flare network. Okay, big deal. They're really getting into NFTs a lot, as is everybody. I guess that's the hype right now, right? Echoes of Empire. I mean, they got all these different games that they talk about on here. You know, it is on the Binance Smart Chain now. How they design things. I mean, this is just a great thing to just to come and just skim over this, at least at minimum. So I do need to bring something up to you. It's a little time sensitive, and I do want to apologize. I did intend on getting this video out a little bit sooner. I wanted to buy a second node to show you guys how to set it up. I could have shown you a free node, but I wanted to do, I want to put my money where my mouth is. I'll put it to you that way. And I want a second node, so. But I do apologize. You do have until tomorrow, and there's going to be a price change that's going to kick in for these founders nodes. I'll link this in the description as well. Basically, for every node, I should say, it's for every 100 nodes that get sold, the price goes up another $100. So, in other words, when you go to buy a node, you are paying a set price. So if it's 17 grand, it updates every hour on the page. So for example, when you go get a node license, it's going to say, hey, send us this amount of GALA or Ethereum or BAT. That updates every hour based on the price of those cryptos, and it equals out to about 17 grand. Well, for every 100 nodes that get sold, that price goes up another $100. That's just how it's always been. Okay? They are 5xing that starting tomorrow. So beginning tomorrow, each new tier will trigger 500 increase instead of $100. So they're going to go up really quickly, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The price is going to, I think they're trying to slow down some of the nodes, and probably they see a increased revenue and profitability opportunity just because of the growth as well, which is fine. But keep in mind, if you want this, I wouldn't be waiting too long. I wouldn't be waiting. Quite frankly, this is my opinion. Even if you go a little bit into October and this goes up another few $1,000s, I still think these nodes are going to be very profitable, especially in the long term, even medium term, frankly. So just keep in mind, if you want one, starting tomorrow, every 100 sold will basically go up $500 instead of $100. Okay? I will just make a shameless plug really quick. I'm going to go back to my referral link and my referral code here. I don't have a product to sell you, like I said before. My payment, and I'll just say this, some of you guys that message me on Twitter are overly kind. I hear some stories about how I helped people figure this out. They were able to get a node set up. There's some passive income opportunities, maybe with OHM or osmosis or something, and that's giving them the confidence to be able to lead their job. I had somebody, I won't mention who lived in Ireland and basically worked on the road 7 to 8 months out of the year away from his family. Okay, and I felt his pain, I really did. And I said, if I can help you, let me know. And just being able to help people like that, that's my ultimate payment. Okay, hence the reason I don't have a course, I don't have a program, I don't have anything to sell you. Okay? That wouldn't be wrong if I did, and it doesn't mean that I won't, but I don't right now have anything to sell you, and that's fine. I'm just putting out content. Your success, your financial success, I'll say, is my payment. I do ask that you just use my referral link, my referral code. Okay, that helps. Okay, obviously you winning is how I get paid, but I don't sell you anything. I don't charge for the content. I put it out there for free, and I really wait and I sit on some of these projects because I feel responsible that if I put some projects out there and I'm not 100% sure if it's a rug pull, that I feel sort of responsible for you guys. I don't give financial advice, but I still feel responsible because I know that there are people that invest just because someone tells them to do something. Right or wrong, I'm just saying I'm aware of how it works, okay? So I sit on things and I wait because I feel sort of responsible. I just asked that if you sign up for GALA, if you're going to get a node, use my referral code when you sign up, or just click my link and go sign up. Send me a DM on Twitter when you do with your username on GALA. And by the end of October, I'll draw 2 people randomly who will win 2 lifetime memberships in Node Catcher's Discord. But either way, I'll still help you if you really need help. Just message me your GALA name and I can see that you're linked to my account. And get a node. I mean, these are going to go quickly. And I think long term, even medium term, these things are going to explode. I have no idea what the price of GALA will be at the end of this bull market, but it's going to be big. And these nodes are going to become very valuable because there's very few of them, and the potential, the upside is just explosive. So I would just ask that you use my information if you wouldn't mind. That would be great. Okay, so when you're ready to actually buy your node, you're going to come to GALA Games' website. You need to obviously be logged into your account. You're going to click My Node on the top. You're going to scroll down to, I don't know if it'll say Get Another License or it'll just say Get a License. I'm not sure what it shows for first-time users, but you're going to click that. You're going to be brought to this screen here that's going to show you what the current price is. You can click the currency right here. And currently you can buy in GALA, you can buy in Ethereum, or you can buy in Basic Attention Token. Now, they did add an option to buy in many other cryptos. So let's just say, for instance, I check all these boxes. Say I want to get one node. You could click multiple cryptocurrencies. They have like a sort of an API for this, and you can see all these other cryptos that they will accept right here. Even XRP, look at that. So if you did that, when you check out, I don't know how this process works. I'm assuming they're going to generate a wallet address, and probably you send it to that wallet address, and that will be tied to your account. Okay, but otherwise, if you just use, I used GALA personally. It doesn't matter what you use, but you come in here, place order. The order is going to begin. Okay, and once the order is in process, it's going to look something like this. It's going to say it's in process. What's next is going to tell you it's waiting to be received on the blockchain. Once it's finished, you're going to get an email. It's going to look something like this. Congratulations on your node. And it's going to tell you referral if you want to, how to go download and install it. Okay. Now, if you need to fund your account, because you need to fund it first, you want to click inventory. Okay. You want to click just ignore Towncoin for now. Click either GALA, BAT, or Ethereum. And when you do that, you just click get whatever. So get GALA. That will generate a wallet address for you. And you send your GALA there. And then once you receive it here, that's when you go and you make your purchase for the node. And then obviously you will get this email once it's ready. It shouldn't take too long. I think maybe 20-30 minutes is how long it took me to get this email and to say that your license is ready to go. So let's go ahead and get a server spun up and get it installed. Okay, so it's time for us to get our VPS set up. Now, I like to use Vultr. Vultr is my favorite go-to. If I can get something going in Vultr, it's what I prefer. It's just kind of a nice user interface, easy to spin up servers, easy to do a lot of different things. Especially those startup scripts from the pre-search node, if you recall. Those can come in handy. I do have a referral link in the description below. You know, use it or don't use it, that's up to you. I would appreciate it, obviously, if you did. And if you do use it, you will get $100 for free applied to your account for the first month. Okay? A lot of people ask how to use that. All you do is you click the link. It'll bring you to Vultr's website. You sign up right from there. You just go about your business after you click that link. So let's go ahead and get this going. So I'm going to click Cloud Compute. I'm going to select, I don't know, Dallas. Now we're going to select Windows. You could do this on 2016 or 2019. Just personally speaking, I would not select 2012. 2012 is going to be out of date at some point soon, and you don't want to be running an out-of-date operating system. So I'm going to, just for this purpose of this video, I'm going to select 2016. You could do 2019 if you want as well. Now, personally, my recommendation here is that you select the $40 one option that you see here, which is a little bit of a higher end. It's interesting because I have a GALA node running. I have another GALA node running on this option. However, it's painfully slow. I mean, painfully slow. Okay. for an extra 20 bucks, I'm gonna make my life easier. You know, I'm into making my life easier because time is money, which is the reason why we're investing what we're investing in. Okay, so go ahead and select that. Go down. Let's go ahead and deploy it. So once the server is spun up and ready to go, we have a couple. Actually, I think you guys are really going to appreciate setting up a node on Windows instead of Linux. This time is probably something you're going to be more used to here. If you're running Windows Professional on your computer you're doing this from, you actually have some pre-installed software called Remote Desktop Connection. And if you click this little link here, it says download RDP connection, and you open up that file, you enter your password right here. You can actually use that software on your computer to connect to the server. If you don't care about any of that, you can copy that password. You click the view console on the top, and a console will open up and allows you to do what you need to do in your server. So up here inside this console, you have the send control alternate delete button and the send clipboard button. When you see this, do not press control alternate delete on your keyboard. It's not going to work. That's going to run on your host computer. You need to send those keys to the server. So to do that, you just click this button up here. We'll send clipboard to paste our password in, and let's log in. Now, the first time you log in, is going to go through a setup process. I already did that so that you guys didn't have to watch that. I'm trying to make these videos go a little bit faster if possible. So Server Manager should pop up when you first log in. If it does not, click Start, click Server Manager. There's something we need to turn off really quick. You're going to click Local Server right here, and you're going to turn off something called IE Enhanced Security Configuration. Click on to the right of that and just turn it off. The reason you want this off is because if you open up here in Explorer and this is on, every time you go to a website, it's going to constantly bring up do you want to add this website to your exclusion list? It gets really annoying, so we're going to turn that off, and then you can close this out. Now, I already did this. I recommend just going and installing Chrome. You don't have to do a lot of browsing around in the server. However, you're going to need to do some browsing around, right? You're going to have to log into the GALA website. You're going to have to log into the GALA website again in the future, I believe, when there's an update to your Node software. So just getting Chrome installed is the easiest way. You can go to google.com/Chrome, and you can just install that from there. So let's go ahead and browse over to gala.games from inside our server. I already logged in before we got started here. Okay, so what you need to do is hit My Node on the top. You can come down here. You can check out all the information you want to check out. Make sure everything looks good to go. Okay. All right. You can see your distribution. And by the way, I have something at the end of this setup process. It's in like fashion. It's going to be some tech related stuff. It is optional. I do recommend that you follow along with me when I do it because, well, I'll explain when we get there, but I will let you know when we get started with that. I'll try to go slow. I do have a GitHub set up, kind of similar to when I did pre-search. There's just some things that is going to make it a little more efficient, we'll just say, with your node setup. Okay, you can look at your distribution info here if you'd like to do that. When you're ready to install, go ahead and click the little drop down below your name, click Account. You're going to come down and you're going to click Node Info, and you're going to see you have X number of node licenses, whatever that may be. Probably will say 2 because I believe you have a node license for your free node. You can run a free node as well if you want. So you're going to go ahead and click Download for Windows. Go ahead and get that opened up. So the actual installing of this node is very straightforward actually. There's just some additional tech-related stuff at the end I would like to show you. That's going to be a little different, but it's going to help and it's going to solve a real problem that you're going to run into. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here. Okay, so we're logged in to this, our node software, and just so you don't get confused with my windows, this is the little window here. That is our console to our server. I'm logged into GALA in my back browser here, so just don't pay attention to that. So again, once you're logged in, you're going to see your nodes online. You can see this is my second node. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here, once you log in, this is going to synchronize all of the different activity on the blockchain. You really don't need that. So there's a little button here that says My Items. If you click this, it will only show activity related to your account. It just kind of makes it so that this little area doesn't have to constantly synchronize and load. Okay, so that will go ahead and get started for its first time because we're running this for the first time. You do need this to be on for at least 6 hours in a 24-hour period. Okay, I leave mine on 24/7, 365 if possible, so it doesn't matter. I'm just letting you know. If your server does go down for some reason, or you have to reboot your server, I would recommend, get your 100% achieved over here first and then do your reboot because you'll need it up for 6 hours in a day. You want to look at the network power if you care about that. Voting, if there is any kind of governance taking place, voting, come in here and make your voice heard, of course. Okay, if you want to look at your treasure chest, you can. Yeah, that's going to make us log in. I don't want to do that. But believe it or not, you're done. Believe it or not, that's all there is to actually do. It's just, I want to show you some optional stuff. So what I'm actually going to do for starters is I'm actually going to close this out just to make our lives a little bit easier. And by the way, check for update. I would recommend you come in here and do this periodically. Okay, no update. You could see 1% achieved. Okay, because we are running it now. Some interesting information here. You know what? Since we have a better server, let's just see if we can minimize this, and I'll just see if I can show you what I want to show you without doing that. Basically, you could log out of here if you want to. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to log out. There's no need to stay logged in. Okay. Alrighty, so our node is set up. Okay, now here comes the optional part that I'm going to recommend you follow along with me with. So there is a problem with this type of node, GALA. And the problem is that when the server gets rebooted for any reason, okay, you're going to find that the server reboots, comes back up. Even if you get the server to automatically log in, you can't start the node software automatically. One reason is you have to log in, okay? And there might be a command line way to do it. I haven't found one yet. If one exists, let me know and I'll add that. But best way to solve this problem, I should say, is to create a script that sends you an email when this server gets rebooted. Okay, that's what I'm going to show you how to do. It sounds difficult. It's actually a few steps, but just follow along with me. We're going to try to do this together. I'll go slow here and I won't get too deep into this, but we're going to go to github.com/passive-aggressive-income/GALA, and this will be in the description below as well. And the steps are in the README. The steps are in the README. So we actually can follow this. We can follow this. So first things first, we're going to click Start. We're going to open up something called PowerShell. And you could literally just start typing PowerShell. We want to open PowerShell. We do not want to open ISE. That's an interactive service environment. It's kind of like a notepad where you can go in there and write the code out. So we want to open up PowerShell, just regular PowerShell. It's like a command line interface, but a little bit more, there's some more depth to it, I'll just say. Okay. We want to run, as a matter of fact, set execution policy. This is the first one we're going to do here. So let's click this. Open PowerShell, not PowerShell ISE. So first line here, we're going to set the execution policy. Doesn't matter what that means. I'm not going to explain what that means. Once you copy that, just right click in here and it'll paste it. Okay, when you enter this, it's going to ask you a question. You're going to enter the letter A as an atom. Okay, and we're going to take this second line, and if all goes well, you should see something like this. It should say current user undefined. Don't worry about what it means. As long as you see that, you're good to go. So we can close out PowerShell. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, we're done down to this point right here. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is actually get the script, the email script. So there's a something to GitHub that says send email.ps1. Let's go ahead and open that up. We're going to copy all this code from top to bottom. Okay, copy the whole thing. Right click, copy. Go ahead and open up Notepad. Again, you can click start and literally just start typing Notepad. Okay, hit enter. We're going to go ahead and paste all this in there. To make our lives a little bit easier, we're going to word wrap this. So if you click format up here, word wrap, makes it so we don't have to scroll left and right. Now, there's a few things in here. I'm not going to get into what any of this stuff means. It doesn't matter what it means. Let me maximize this so you can see what we're working with here. There's only two things you need to change in here, and only two. Your email address needs to go in here. This is the email address that you want to receive these emails to. So your personal email address, your work email address, whatever. And you need to keep it inside the parentheses. It needs to stay inside the parentheses. Now I'm going to enter my email. I'm going to blank it out, of course, but I'm going to enter that now. Whoops. Okay. Doesn't matter what domain, if it's Gmail, Yahoo, doesn't matter what you're using. What does matter is the line above it right here has to be gmail.com because we're using the Google Relay email server. So this needs to be at gmail.com. Your email doesn't matter what your email is. It matters that the from is at gmail.com. Everything before that you can put in here whatever you want. It needs to stay in the parentheses again, but you could put right here whatever you want. This is the email that is going to come from. Okay, so we set our email here. This is where it's being sent from. It doesn't matter that you own this email. It doesn't matter this email exists. You can type in here whatever you want. I could do something like this, like, I don't know, Gala-notifications. I could do Gala-updates. I could do Gala-node. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do Gala-node-notifications. How about that? Okay? At gmail.com. You're going to get an email from this address to your personal address below it. Okay? And what it's going to do is the subject line is going to be computer name, which is going to pull the name of the computer. I'll show you how to change that in just a second. Has been rebooted. And in the body of the email will say computer name has rebooted. Go in and immediately restart your GALA Node software. This reboot took place at, and it's going to pull the date. It's going to pull the user. It's going to pull the reason, the code, and the comment. And that's only going to be if there's something in the event log that shows event ID 1074. Don't worry about that. Okay? So we're done at this point. So we only did two things. Again, where it's coming from, inside the parentheses, we kept gmail.com. Where it's being sent to, inside the parentheses, your personal email. Okay? So when we're done, click File, click Save As. I'm going to save this to the desktop just because it makes the most sense. Desktop. We're going to name this. Doesn't matter what you name it. I'm just going to name it Send to Email. What does matter is that you end it in dot, P as in Paul, S as in Sam, number 1, PS1, and that you click where it says Text Documents and you click All Files. Okay, send to email.ps1. This is going to create another PowerShell script that's going to run all this stuff in the background when we tell it to. Click Save. Okay. Now we're back in GitHub here. Okay, let's go back to the Gala part. And okay, so the next part is telling the computer, hey, or sorry, telling the server, hey, when you reboot, run that script. That's what we're going to do next. So literally, you could just do this one at a time like this. It's a lot more steps than it actually is. Okay, what we're going to do is right-click Start, hit Run. We're going to enter gp edit.msc, gp like a group policy, edit.msc. Again, this is all in the README. Hit OK. It's going to open up the local group policy editor. We're going to go into computer configuration. We're going to go into Windows settings. All you do is double click and get in there. Then we're going to go into scripts. startup/shutdown. You could technically do either one of these. I'm going to put it in the startup though, okay? I mean, you could put it in shutdown too, but I'm going to do startup. So double click startup. Click the tab that says PowerShell scripts. Go ahead and click add on the right side. And click browse. And we're going to go into the desktop and find that script that we made. So go hit desktop. You'll see send email right here. Okay. You're going to click open and OK. This is an optional step. I like to do this right here where it says not configured. Click this and click run Windows PowerShell scripts first. And then hit apply and OK. Okay. Now in the event, in most cases you could reboot and that would work. There is some instances where it's a little stubborn and it doesn't apply. Okay. You force the policy to get applied. I'm going to show you how to do that. Right click start. Click command prompt admin. And you're going to type in the following. Again, this is in the README. GP update, all one word. Remember we did GP edit, now we're doing GP update space / force. And what that's going to do is basically going to tell the server, hey, look for all the local policies, grab them and reapply all of them. In this case there's only one, but we're forcing it to do that. Okay, so you can close that out. Very last thing is to just change the computer name so that when that email gets sent, it actually has the name in there you want. I mean, if you've got multiple servers, you're going to want to know, well, what is this email? Remember where it said computer name, we want it to say like GALA Node or something like that. So, okay, so what we're going to do is right click start. This is the last step. We're going to click system. We're going to click change settings because you can see the computer name is currently Volter-guest. So what the email is going to say is, hey, your server Volter-guest rebooted. Well, you're not going to know what that is. I mean, you would if you only had one, but let's change it to something that makes sense. Okay, so hit change settings. Then you're going to click the button that says change, and this is where you rename it right here. So we're going to just name it to something like GALA. I believe you can do an. I don't know if you can do an underscore. Let's try that. Node underscore 002. I don't know if you could do an underscore. Yeah, let's hit no on that. I think you need to do a dash. Let's do a dash. Okay. So GALA -node -002. Because this is my second GALA node. You can name it whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Gonna hit OK. This can sometimes take a second. Okay, that went quickly. Good. It's going to ask you if you want to restart. I'm going to hit restart later. Okay, you can see we'll change to GALA -node -002 after restarting this computer. All right. That's it. Now, if all goes well, you're going to receive an email from the email you put in that PowerShell script, and it's going to go to the email that you also put in that PowerShell script as well. And that's going to now run when the computer's restarted, as we told it to, appending the computer name that we told it to append. Okay, so let's close this out. Let's close out our node, even though it's still trying to do its thing. We'll come in here and restart it. It doesn't actually matter if you interrupt this. It just needs to run for 6 hours in a day. And I may miss today because this time is not right. I don't know why it's saying 1 a.m., but there's about 6 hours left in the day, so I may not actually get this in for the day, but it doesn't matter. I just want to show you guys this. Let's hit quit. Now, let's restart the server manually, because what can happen is if the server gets updated, and it may be that you log into the server, it says it needs update, so you tell it to update, and then you look at your node and you're good to go and you close out. Well, the server will go and reboot when it's ready, unless you tell it not to. So if that happens, I hate to say this, I one time had my GALA node not running for a long time. I don't even want to say how long it was, because looking at the price now, it kind of makes me sick. But I said, okay, I got to fix this. I got to get notified if this thing gets rebooted again. And, you know, theoretically, you could just, seriously, just log into your GALA node, your GALA Games account once a day, okay, and it'll say whether your node's running or not. It'll say whether you were distributed rewards. That's fine, but if you have a lot of investments and life takes over, you're not going to sometimes log in every day. You might go days or a week or a couple of weeks in my instance and not know that your server is down. Okay, so an email is just kind of the more efficient way to go, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and restart this manually. If all goes well, we ought to be receiving our email. Now, it's going to go to your spam first in almost every single instance, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, there it is, right here in spam. So you can see now it pulled the computer name. So we named our server. I'm using the word computer name, don't get hung up on that. It pulled the name of our server, GALA-Node-002, and it appended the word has been rebooted. So if we click this, you'll notice, see the email that it's coming from? It doesn't matter if this email exists or not. It does not make a difference. So you could even put in an email of somebody who actually has a legit email, but I'm not going to go into that. Then it'll say GALA-Node-002 has rebooted. Go in immediately and restart your GALA Node software. It'll say this reboot took place at 9/30/2021 at 1:04:30. Now remember, it's pulling the time from the server. It's not 1 in the morning right now. It's actually it's Wednesday night on September 29th. It's not 1 in the morning. But it's going to pull whatever's on the actual server. And you can see here, reason unplanned. You probably didn't see that when we actually rebooted. It asked me why, it doesn't matter. But this would be something that obviously you would want to make sure it doesn't go to spam. Okay, now this is going to be different on any email provider you have. It doesn't matter. I can't go into every single way, all the different email providers, unfilter email, but what I'm just going to show you is Gmail, how to do it there. If you have the email open, you can click not spam, but it may go back to spam later again. So what you want to do is click these 3 dots, filter messages like these, and then click create filter. As long as this email, the from, is up there, which it will be automatically, just hit create filter. And here you're going to click never send to spam. I also do something like this. I'll do like always mark as important and star it, and then hit create filter. Okay, and then what will happen is every time you get that moving forward, it should go right into your inbox and not into your spam anymore. And then I'll just click not spam now as well. Okay, so that is the email script. Hopefully I didn't go too quickly there. If you have any questions, let me know. Maybe in the future I'll find some way to send you a text message instead. That would be more efficient, but the email is just kind of the easiest way to do it. If you have any questions on that, let me know and I will try to help you out. So that's it, guys. I hope that helped. I hope maybe you know a little bit more about GALA Games. Again, 80-20. I'm just giving you the 20%. That's the 80% of the information you need, hopefully, to make a decision. If this is not for you, no harm, no foul. I think this is going to be massive. I'm a big gamer. I like the game, and I kind of understand the concept behind owning your game, owning the items you paid for, and actually being able to take take ownership of those items and tie that all back to the blockchain. So what do you guys think? Are you going to get a GALA node? What do you think about GALA? Is GALA something that you think is going to challenge Decentraland probably? What do you think of the passive income opportunities based on the sort of ecosystem roadmap that I showed you with GALA Games? Let me know in the description below. If there's anybody that needs help with their node, they need to be notified when their server goes down so they can set their node back up again, feel free to share this with them. I appreciate you guys. I love you, and God bless.